Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Learn with Mama. And today I will be teaching you guys something. Today I'll be teaching you, since I've progressed on to 8th grade, I'll be teaching you one of the first chapters in biology for 8th grade, which is called Transpiration. So let's start. So for this one, you can see I'll be giving an intro of the book first. So this is Learning Elementary Biology by S.K. Agarwal and R. Goel. So we'll be doing, let me show the contents also. The first one is transport of food and minerals in plants, reproduction in plants and animals, ecosystems, human body, the endocrine, circulatory, and nervous systems, and then the health and hygiene chapter, and food production. So first we'll be starting in transport of food and minerals in plants. So I'm accessing this part of the book from Google Books. So if you want, you have to buy the whole version. For me, we can only access the first 28 pages. So I'll be starting with the first chapter, transport of food and minerals in plants. So let's start. So it's written transportation in plants. Living organisms need food, water, and oxygen for the survival. In case of green plants, carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight are required. So, as we all know, we all need like uh, carbon dioxide to live, because carbon dioxide is taken up by the trees, and then trees give out oxygen in return. So, carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight are necessary for transpiration. So these substances need to be absorbed or carried to various plant parts. In addition, waste materials from the body also need to be removed. There's a system. So this is like in it's saying waste materials need to be removed. This is this is as what we could say. This is the excretory system, where in excretory system waste materials are removed. So what does transport mean? Transport in plants refers to carrying of substances like food, water, and minerals from one part of the body to another. Also, the excess water needs to be given off outside the plant body. So, this is called transpiration. So, transport in unicellular and simple multicellular plants. So, diffusion is a major method by which transport of materials across the single cell organisms like Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. So some so Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra are both single celled organisms. So a few more single celled organisms are a few bacterias, yeasts, and we could say yeast, amoeba, nostoc commune. There's many more single-celled organisms, and then there's also one more thing. There are also multi-celled organisms, but we could learn that later in the book. So, transport in higher plants. The mechanism of transport in multicellular higher plants is much more elaborate. Process of diffusion, which is slow and cannot meet the requirements of transport to all other parts in a short period of time. In higher plants, there are special tubes called xylem and phloem, which comprise of conductive tissues or vascular tissues. It is through these tubes that the transfer of materials takes place. As mentioned above, there are two aspects of transport of substances. So, if you guys have studied in seventh grade, you might have learned about xylem and phloem. So they both move in different directions, which we will learn later on in this chapter. So there are two aspects of transport of substances, which are movement of water and minerals and movement of food material. So upward movement of water occurs through the xylem, and downward movement is through the phloem. Means downward movement means material carried from the top of the leaf to the roots. So now we'll go through the structure and function of xylem and phloem. So xylem and phloem are the conducting tissues in the plant body. While xylem conducts water and minerals, phloem conducts food materials. Xylem and phloem together constitute the vascular tissues. Xylem. Its characteristics are: xylem is a complex tissue as it consists both of parenchymatous and sclerenchymatous. In simple words, we could say that they both consist of parenchyma and sclerenchyma. Sorry. Xylem consists of living and non-living cells. Xylem is composed of four elements: tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers, also called xylem sclerenchyma. So, as we all know, it was written behind there as well. So, a tracheid is a non-living elongated cell with tapering ends. The wall is highly thick with linen, except with certain circular parts known as pits. A vessel is a cylindrical tube-like structure which is placed on different ends, and they dissolve partially and form a continuous channel, and it's wound by non-lignified walls. And tracheids and vessels are the main conducting elements in the xylem. So parenchyma consists of living cells and performs the function of storage, and xylem fiber, which is the sclerenchyma, is a non-living thick-walled cell providing mechanical support. So occurrence in the roots, stems, and leaves of higher plants. Xylem and phloem usually grow together, forming vascular bundles. And the functions are: the main function of xylem is to conduct water and minerals from the roots to different parts of the plant body. Tracheids and xylem fibers provide mechanical support, and xylem parenchyma helps in storage of starch and other materials. So now we'll be learning about phloem. So phloem, like xylem, is a complex tissue which consists of both parenchyma and sclerenchyma, and phloem also consists of both living and non-living cells. Phloem is composed of four elements: sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. So now I'll be showing you guys a picture of both the parenchyma and vessels. So I'm really sorry I couldn't show it before I scroll down. These are vessels of the, and these are xylem parenchyma, and surrounded by them are the xylem fibers, which is the sclerenchyma in short words. Not exactly short word, but fiber is the short word of sclerenchyma. Sorry for those mistakes. I'm really off the mark right now. Sieve tubes are the main conducting elements in the phloem. These are elongated cylindrical thin wall cells arranged in vertical rows. The end wall of each sieve tube is perforated. It has fine pores like those in a sieve. The perforated end walls are therefore termed sieve plates. The pores or perforations are called sieve areas, and food materials can easily pass through sieve areas. At maturity, sieve tubes lack the nucleus. Yet, the sieve tubes remain living dependent on the adjacent companion cell. Companion cells. Companion cells are those associated with sieve tubes. They are smaller than the cytoplasm and the nuclei. There are direct connections between sieve tubes and the companion cells. The companion cells help the sieve tubes in the conduction of food material. So phloem parenchyma, as we all know, phloem doesn't have any like phloem fibers or phloem sclerenchyma. So phloem parenchyma is concerned with storage, while the phloem fibers provide mechanical support. So the phloem fiber, exactly like they both have the same function in both the xylem and the phloem, but it doesn't come much of a use in the phloem. It mostly comes to a use in the xylem. Occurrence. Phloem is present in all plant parts, and the functions are: the main function is to conduct food materials from the leaves to other regions of plants and also storage organs. Phloem parenchyma helps in storage of organic matter, and phloem fibers provide mechanical support. So now, there'll be two investigations. I will I forgot to say that there'll be a part one for this chapter, which is this video, and there'll be also part two because this is a really long chapter. So part one, part two, part one will be released today, and part two maybe tomorrow, or maybe if I have time, I can do it today again. So let's continue. Investigation 1.1. Show the upward movement of water. So we should take a cut shoot, like you can see this plant over here. It's just a little twig with leaves on it, and we should dip it in dilute red colored dye in a flask as shown in figure 1.5 and leave it for some time. Then take sections from different parts of the stem. Examine the sections at the low power of the microscope. We'll observe that the red color is in the stem section, but we can see that it's only red color in some parts of the stem. This is because the red colored area consists of the xylem. So wherever the xylem is in the stem, that is the place which is going to be coated with the red color. The rest of the parts will not be coated with the red color and will remain the same color as they were. So the red color area of the stem represents the vascular tissue or the xylem in the stem. To show transport of food material, which is investigation 1.2. This is easily demonstrated by an experiment called Girdling Experiment. If a stem is girdled, the downward and upward movement of the food material gets blocked. The trunk portion shows swelling in area due to accumulation of food material. To perform this activity, select a small tree. Gently remove its soft part of the stem in a small area of about 1 centimeter with the help of a razor blade, as shown in figure 1.78. Leave it after girdling for a week. Observe what happens to the portion of the stem and below the girdling area. So in this, we can see that if we girdle with the a particular part of the stem, so the food materials cannot go either up or down. So as a result, they both are stored in that exact place, which causes the trunk to get swollen, and there's no further growth in the tree. But in this one, we didn't girdle with the tree A, but we girdle with tree B. So this shows that growth continues for tree A. Even though it was cut by a razor blade, it still continues because xylem and phloem fibers are present, which help transport the food materials, as food is very necessary for growing of plants. So I guess, guys, that is the part one of this chapter. So on part two, what we'll be learning is absorption of water by roots. And then after that, we'll be doing investigation 1.3, the rise of cell sap. There's many more stuff. The real explanation of transpiration. And then 2 more investigations. Factors affecting transpiration, another investigation. Wow, this chapter is long, baby. Yep. So I guess we may or may not be completing the chapter tomorrow or today. In the next part, there might be a part 3, but please be tuned in for my videos, and do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell icon for more videos coming. Thank you.